What? Can you repeat? There is still a position open. There is still a possibility. There are still possibilities. Yeah, of course. Keep us please keep us a spot free. Thank you. No, because that spot is usually for Juventus. So keep us that spot free. Guys, I'm sorry. I was talking with Serie A for the first spot for the Scudetto. Apparently, there is still Ciao Juventini of the world. My name is Giuseppe. Welcome back on the channel. I hope you're all doing well. Attenzione, today is a special one because not only me, but today we do a joint force. GJustjuve for Turin Giant podcast. I'm extremely happy to have my great friend Farhad, but not only. We have Zach and we have Frederic together with us. It will be an epic one because I prepared it, and when I prepare things, there are only fantastic things to come. 1.38%. I will reveal you what it is later. We'll speak about Ultras against the management. We'll speak about Juventus Atalanta, Gatti, muscle fatigue. Who can possibly start? We'll speak about Mercato because you know it. As usual, what are we saying when we speak about Mercato? Well,
Mercato is crazy.
Where are my glow sticks? I need glow sticks.
And we'll speak, of course, about minus 100 day to the Club World Cup. And I will tell you before presenting the guest, remain with us because at the end of this live, there will be a quiz. And if I win, there will be a gift for one of you. So you need to support Beppe today. Ciao, Farhad. How are you doing, my friend?
I'm doing well, brother. Thank you for having us. We have some new faces here, man.
That's it. That's your intro.
I'm kind of nervous, to be honest, because when you're on our podcast, I mean, like 5 people listen to us. We are all over the world right now, so I'm a little nervous. Let me calm down a little bit. You forgot to introduce one of our co-hosts. Alessandro Belpiero is here. Come on.
Alessandro Belpiero. This is, of course, iconic on Turin Giants. You know it. I'm a huge, big fan of the podcast. I'm listening.
Thanks for having us. Sorry.
But you know it, Farhad. I always told you I'm one of the biggest fan of Turin Giants. I listened since even before starting my own channel, so you know it. Big, long friendship, loyal friendship. Thank you, Farhad. Ciao, Zach. How are you doing, my friend?
Oh, I'm well. 11 years, Farhad. 11 years you've been doing this. And he's
still 13 seasons, excuse me.
13 seasons. Still can't figure it out. But it's a pleasure to be here, Beppe. It was great to have you on the podcast, so I'm looking forward to talking again.
And we have a newcomer. First time on the channel. Ciao, Frederic, Freddy, Fred. What do you prefer?
Whatever you could call me is okay. It's in French, like you possibly know, and your language will allow you to say it. It's Frédéric.
Frédéric.
Wait. So thanks for having me and us. It's an honor, and I'm really excited and looking forward to it. Share some thoughts and comments about our beloved team.
Absolutely. Look at that. 3 bald men, and then I don't know who's the 3rd bald man because I see Fred and I see Zach.
I did get a haircut. I did get a haircut today. I hope you guys like it.
Yeah, I love the fact that you are the poor lad, not us. You know,
I'm here for the comments. You guys can talk Juve. I will be entertaining your guests. Yeah, I'll be entertaining your audience today.
Look at that. Who is there? Well, speaking about assists, you gave me a fantastic, beautiful assist like Bangula. Give it to Koopmeiners. Ciao, Bogdan. Ciao, Grande. Ciao, Lionel. Creative. Ciao, Nino Sports from USA. We have Calvin Jones. What a beautiful name. Stavros, Giorgio, Nils, David, Marco, Khalid. It's tomorrow. Yes. Oh, no, I know. Yesterday I already uploaded I scheduled the video. People were already waiting, and it was today. Pay attention to the date, my friends. Ciao, Nino Sport. Ciao, SJ. Ciao, Dave. Foot Facts. YouTube is there as well. We have a new member that just joined. Ciao, Petson. Welcome in the membership. Ciao, Todor. Ciao, Niz. Ciao, Aman. Gigachat. Oliver. Leonardo. Jake. Amat Sako. Suraz. Yorio. How many people are there? Sasha. You know, there is a rule on my channel. If Sasha is not there, we cannot start the podcast. It's always like that. Sasha needs to be there, and then we start. Of course, we have the Juventine, like Maria, that is there as well. And then I believe a joined co-listener from your podcast and also from here, Andar Sofian, that is there, a loyal.
The GOAT Juve fan.
The GOAT. Grandissimo racing. Ciao, Beppe, Farhad, Fredo, Zach, and Alessandro Belpiero. Okay, the first question, because I have a lot of things. Guys, the first question. How do you feel as Juventini? I put it into context. We are eliminated of the Champions League, PSV. We are eliminated from the Coppa Italia, Empoli. I'm sorry that I need to repeat those really, really harsh facts. But for the very first time, we have 5 wins in a row in Serie A, including the one of Inter. For the first time since 5 years, we were never that close after match day 27 because we are at -6 from the first one. How do you feel? Who wants to start?
I'll start, right? And I feel really good. Not, and we'll get into this, I'm sure, not because of Scudetto odds, but because this team has been criticized for individually and collectively all season for its lack of maturity, its lack of cutting edge. The list goes on. Just recently after falling out of competitions, not being able to rise to the occasion. Yet they sneakily have found the ability within the league to go on a run of games. And that's exactly what a team needs to do. That's exactly what Mota needs to show management and show us, that he can take this team to the next level. And it's allowing us to dare to dream about where this season can take us. So it's optimism from my camp.
Are you already in the dream, or because I define it, we are still, according to me, in the illusion phase. If we beat Atalanta, we could possibly enter a dream. And then, of course, if it's happened, it becomes a reality. In what phase are you? Illusion, dream, or a reality?
It's illusion. It's illusion now. 11 games to go. 11. Look, I let Frederic jump in here in a second because he's daring. But it's illusion here. There's a long way to go. Everyone's dropping points. There's some difficult fixtures for Juventus. But as you said, in years past, we haven't even gotten to the illusion phase. And so,
can I jump in, please, and make it a mathematical phase for now? Because mathematically, right now, it's possible, right? Sorry, Zach. Right? Continue.
No, it's absolutely possible. No one's writing it off. But with the amount of games to go, with the point difference as it is, when you look at strength of schedule, like Napoli's games and so forth, the chances are there, but they're remote. And so I don't want to put the cart before the horse if when it comes down to it, we don't get it, and then we end up being disappointed with ourselves. You got to take one milestone at a time. We don't even have 4th locked up with Lazio 2 points behind.
True.
I'm also in the illusion phase because we've shown this season that we are greatly inconsistent. We just now hit our first streak with 5 wins in a row, which is amazing, to be honest, but it's something that is to be expected of a team like Juventus. So I feel like as we were a bit too negative in the past, we're getting a bit too overly excited in this point because Inter still needs to drop points for us in order to get that goal. And I'm sure they will drop points, but the question remains, will we be strong enough mentally and physically to secure those wins that we definitely need? So I'm a bit on the fence about this. I dare to dream, as we said on the previous podcast, but it remains to be seen, and it starts this weekend against Atalanta.
Absolutely.
And we need to show there, first and foremost, what we can do, how we can handle a team that plays very well, albeit they have dropped points and performances lately. But let's take it one step at a time, and let's see how Mota and the group behave themselves with that added pressure. Because it's going to be added pressure, even we like to admit it or not. I mean, people are talking, media's talking, the players amongst themselves should be talking as well. Hey, look, we have a 6-point deficit that we can maybe get back. So it's an cuts at both ends, and we'll have to see and look at a game.
Farhad? We don't hear you, huh?
Sorry about that. It's purely mathematical right now, and I believe every fan will choose their way. There's no right way of supporting your team at this moment. Right now, I'm just looking forward to the game against Atalanta. We will have a great meeting here in Chicago, Chicago official fan club. So I'm just looking forward to this game, must win. And then, like the boy said, we're not even for sure in the 4th place yet. So it's very early. But thank God, still at this point, we still have a dream. You know what I mean? It would have been like couple of last seasons, it would be very sad not to even have a mathematical chance. So just the fact that we have a mathematical chance kind of brought back the season, didn't it?
I totally agree. It would have been really sad to explain the season until the end of May, just speaking about top four. Would have been extremely, extremely sad. And I believe for all the content creators are there, would have been a total drama. I'm really surprised that none of you mentioned the anger of PSV, Empoli. Is it because you already digested or you totally
Oh,
canceled
we had
the
therapy
memory?
sessions. We had therapy session podcast.
No,
That's why.
I had to conduct 2 therapy sessions in 1 week, and I've exorcised those demons. And I'm hoping that Juventus, with their last performance, did as well. Because as far as I'm concerned, we have to look for is in front of us. So let's
Bebe,
do it.
Can I say one thing, please? I'll take 30 seconds. I like I said, I was kind of all over the place.
You know what's funny? I never said that you could.
Yeah.
He asks permission and then he goes, no, you need to wait for an answer.
I don't ask for permission. I ask for forgiveness.
Go for it.
So just 30 seconds. Turin Giants podcast always went through changes, and we were due for a new blood. And I just want to thank Frederick and Zach. They were such great additions to the podcast. We have a couple other guys who joined us. They completely brought professionalism to the podcast because I was running it. So I always say, I'm the weakest part of the podcast. I just know how to get people together and talk Juve. But I want to welcome officially Frederick and Zach to the podcast. If you guys want great content, please search for Turin Giants podcast on all podcast platforms and YouTube. Thank you.
You're too
That's
kind. Thank you. I'd
Thank
like
you,
to get back on that last question, if I may. I'm still a bit mad at the way we lost, to be honest. I still can't get over it, no matter how many therapy sessions I can have with Zach mainly, because that was
He was
the primary
upset.
point. Yeah, I still am a bit, because it's not the losing that hurts me, it's the way how, and I've explained this numerous times on our podcast as well. I missed the mentality. We saw a bit of that mentality last game, but it was against Hellas Verona. I mean, let's be honest, not a great side. I think you need to show that consistency, that hunger, that mentality, that passion in every game, especially Champions League games or just basic cup games. And that was what really made me upset at that point. And I still haven't digested it yet. So I hope Juve can turn it around and make me forget about those moments this season, because we had a roller coaster of a season thus far, I think. And it's not easy mentally being a Juventus fan the last few years, to be honest. So we're in for something positive now, and I hope it will prevail.
Let me say thank you to Damiano in the chat that just after a donation saying great guest on today. Che spettacolo, coming from USA. Thank you, Damiano. We have Massimo Lesti, amazing crossover listener since 2014. Here is the boy from UK, from London. Londra Bianconera is in the chat with Andy Golding. Ciao, Peter. Thomas is there. Ciao, Turin Giants. Ciao, everyone. This looks like it will be a great episode. Of course, I'm 100% sure there is a poll that is live. I asked, in what phase are you? The illusion phase, the dream, or the reality? That actually means we believe that it can really be possible. We are convinced of it. After a few votes, I'm still waiting. I can tell you that it's a really big battle. Battle because people are still in this. It's not one that is really taking the lead. So continue to vote in the chat. It's your chance to do it. I see a lot of people here writing, even Andy, they saying Beppe, but pay attention. Marotta League makes it impossible for us to win the Scudetto. About mathematics, because that's a beautiful assist from Thomas Macluf. Purely mathematical. Well said. So I have prepared something, guys. Well, I just stole it as a real beautiful Juventino. I steal things. I went on... Of course, guys. I went on Opta and I saw that they made a calculation here about the chances to win the Scudetto, about the chances to enter Champions League or Europa League. I will read you all these stats in a second. Just let me introduce that special topic. So what is it about? It's actually that... Wait, let me go back to... Okay, that's the beautiful screen. Opta is mainly global stat site that all the big clubs are working for internationally. So it's not only Serie A, they are working with European clubs, they are working all in the world. And they are taking stats and collecting stats in 1994. So what they are doing actually every week, they are making 10,000 simulations for the remaining part of the season. It's a bit like Endgame. You remember when they say how many chances do we have to beat Thanos, and he went to all
Doctor
the
Strange.
multiverse and just one. You know,
Uh,
they are doing the same exactly every single week with 10,000 simulations. And what are they taking care about? It's the coefficient of the team that you will play in the next few weeks. They are looking if you are playing home, if you are playing away. They are also taking the trend from the last 10 seasons. So I asked today to Enrico Turcato, that is one of the responsible from Opta. I sent him a message. I said, how long are you taking track and what is taking in consideration? So the last 10 seasons are taking into consideration. They are making a huge big stat. And at the end, they came up with that one. There is a good news. There is a bad news. The good news is that a few weeks ago, Juventus had chances to win the Scudetto at 0.10%. That was the lowest that Juventus was at a certain moment. Now we went up because now we can see that we are at chances 1.38. So I tell you the stats for Juve. Expected points will be 72.54, so we can round up at 73 at the end of the season. 1.38% to win the Scudetto, 76.88% to qualify to Champions League, and the remaining one, 16.99 to enter a Europa League spot. If we are looking at these stats, they are giving us 68% Inter to win it, 25 Napoli, and then it's 4.84 Atalanta, and then you have the other ones. One thing is sure, Milan has 0 chances to compete for the Scudetto and only 0.36 to enter Champions League. So that was the beautiful mathematical assist. What is 138? Is that a lot? Is that enough to believe? Is that something that you say, Beppe, should be higher, not higher? Give me your thought about that really mathematical stat report.
It's irrelevant. It's irrelevant because, like you said just a week ago, it was 0 point whatever, and it's a reflection of people going out and actually performing. So if you look at the last 8 games, so since the schedule flip, 24 points possible. Napoli's only got 13 points out of 24. Inter has 14 points out of 24. That's already 11 and 10 points dropped in 8 games by both of those teams in front of us. The statistics, I get what the trend there and why it looks like an intimidating number. But when you really break it down, it comes out to people going and playing the game. If Juventus goes and wins out, people are going to drop points and the chance will be there. So if I'm Mota, and I'm not necessarily saying this to the team, but if I say if we were going to take a shot at the Scudetto, the numbers mean nothing because you guys go out there and you guys control your destiny by going and playing well and winning games. The rest is up to everybody else.
it's also football.
And that's the way I think we have to approach it as fans. Is if you get hung up on 1.38, then the second if we beat Atalanta, that number is going to jump. It's not because I mean the mathematics will say one thing, but it really comes down to people going out and winning games. And so that's what I think the focus should be on, not on any odds.
I'm going to continue the Marvel analogy that Beppe so beautifully made. We should have went for the head. That's something Thor said when he tried to kill Thanos. That's something that we should have done. We dropped too many points against weaker sides, and unfortunately, we don't have a time machine like the Avengers did to go back and restore things. So, but in conclusion, like Zach said, it's pretty pointless because anything can happen at this point, and that's the beautiful thing about the ending of a season that has been very close, where a lot of players have been performing or not performing, and thus far also a lot of teams losing points which weren't expected. It can ultimately climax in a Scudetto for us. Like I said, I think that the most beautiful statistic to see is that we have a good chance of qualifying for 4th, which is for us as a team, as a club, something that is very necessary, not only financially, but only through visibility, sponsorships, and things like that. This will allow us to continue a positive trend in the coming seasons, and we can get the Scudetto this year as well. But that doesn't mean that we'll get it next year, or we have something to build upon. Whether the fourth place is something that's desperately needed at this time, and it's a bit sad to hope for that as a Juventus fan, but this is a reality at this point.
Here we have a huge big fan of movies, huh? Matthew, listening to me. Time machines, where we are going, we don't need time machines. I love that quote. That quote is just fantastic. Thank you, Matthew, to tell me one of my... Where is it? Here he is. No, I lost him. Here he is. Big fan, huh? Big fan. Marty McFly. My cat is called McFly, by the way, for people that do not know. So I'm a huge big fan.
By the way, Frederick
future.
said that Juventus doesn't have a time machine, but Inter does. In 2006, they went back in time and won the Scudetto again from us.
You know that? Oh, there is a statistic that says, and I will probably now cut the dreams of all the believers. There is a stat that said that since we started to calculate all the points of Serie A, no team that was fourth after match day 27 won the Scudetto.
Mhm.
There is one team that won the Scudetto ending third, but that's another story. But
It has to be a first, Beppe.
They need
Why
to be
not
a
us?
first. Why not us? I like that one. I repeat for the people that just joined, at the end of this live, there will be a contest, a small quiz. If I win the quiz, there will be something really beautiful for the people that are watching. A giveaway. Farhad, is it time
Pepe,
to launch them, to let them see or not?
You can do that. So what I was thinking was, since you're gonna play against Frederick, how about if Beppe wins, Andar gets the shirt that we're about to drop, as the kids say, and if Frederick wins, he will play for listener or viewer Alessio, right? He just said,
Alessio?
"Oh, Massimo. I'm sorry.
Massimo? Yeah, of course. You choose them. I like.
How about that?"
There are two
Two of the
members
pe-
of the chat, so both of them they deserve. But tell me which Massimo? Is it Massimo Lesti, the one that
Yes.
is there listening since 2014? I like.
Yeah.
So Massimo
So
and
much
Andar,
pressure.
because Massimo and Andar, please confirm that you are still here in the chat, that you heard the message, because that's important.
Yes. So we will give away our new shirt from Turin Giants to either Andar or Massimo, right?
I
Sound
like
fair?
it. Look, I show you the T-shirt that you can win. They have not been communicated yet. It's the first time that people will see it, Farhad.
That's right. That's right. Yeah. It's been 3 days maybe. Designed by our friend Dan Colosimo, Colo 99, and I will make sure that the shirt is up to our standards, and we will release it in about a week.
So, are you ready to let them see?
Yes, please. Comes in several colors. This is version which is in white. This is on the back, by the way. You also have the front design. So I hope you guys like it.
Fantastic. So what it is, I explain. I know, of course, what it means, but can you tell us what it is represented on the T-shirt? That's the front, by the way.
Stadio delle Alpi. I mean, if you grew up in the 90s, you knew the ugly giant, but we called it our home. So I just wanted to give our newer fans a little look back in the history, and our older fans a way to represent and reminisce, because I imagine back then we didn't have Delle Alpi shirts. So, give it to an older Juventino. Give it to your dad. He remembers.
I don't know. I would take it for me. I love it.
Oh
So
no, I'm talking to the audience. You're getting one in the mail very soon.
Look, Andar is there. Massimo
you'll have-
Lesti is there.
You'll have to sit with your back so people can see the design.
Yeah, I will do, or I will wear it reverse.
That's right. That's right. So yeah, thank you for letting me promote a shirt a little bit.
It's a really beautiful one. I see the reaction of the people. Of course, it will also be on sale on your site, turingiants.com, if I'm not wrong.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Bravo. So for the people that might not win it today, so if you are not Massimo Lesti or Andar Sofian, you can still go on the site of Turin Giants and try to buy it, and then it will be all okay. You were asking in our private chat This is a really sick, beautiful intro music. Well, we have a fantastic community because here Alessio is the one that created that intro music. And here he is in the chat. Grande Alessio.
Good job, buddy.
Man, I'm sitting
Very
there
nice.
listening to this song. I'm dancing along, waiting. I'm like, Beppe, hold on a second. I'm jamming over here. Let's let the song finish. So great work, Alessio. It was fantastic.
Great job
Bravo,
making
Alessio.
Zach dance. Zach doesn't dance. So
You see? Zach, then you need to choose between two versions of Mercato It's Crazy that Alessio made in 30 minutes. I will let you hear the two versions, not entirely. You tell me which the one that you prefer. We start with the first edition.
Mercado is crazy tonight. La 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 la. Mercado is crazy tonight.
I like it. This one goes hard. Okay.
Okay, that's the first one. Listen to the second one.
Mercado is crazy. Mercado is crazy tonight. La 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 la. Mercado is crazy tonight. La 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 la.
this is for the stadium. That's what
Yeah.
you sing at the stadium.
This is great. It got like a little
Here
Eurovision
they are.
vibe.
Yeah.
First off, both of them are fantastic. Okay. But I think I kind of like the aura and sort of the epicness of the second one. I think that one just has sort of this profound weight to it. But both of them are fantastic. You can't go wrong.
It's always
You got-
a big debate here in the chat, and people always the first one, the second one, the first one. They never know. So that's good. That means that it's a fantastic work. We go with the next topic, guys. Juventus Atalanta this weekend. Just a few updates. Gatti has a muscle fatigue, but he's not that much at risk. Today he trained in an isolated way. I think it was even planned. That's what I heard, that it was already planned to not force too much so that he can take some energy, not forcing, so that he will be at top form for the game of Sunday against Atalanta. Hopefully. At the moment, we have no communication, but I really hope that that's what it is. So resting today, isolating in training session, and then we should see Gatti called up and playing against Atalanta. Kalulu could possibly start. At least this is the intention. Backstage story. Sunday morning, before Verona, Thiago Motta had even the idea to start Kalulu immediately. Then he said, let's not risk. Okay, we play against Verona. Let's not. But he wanted also to start already. So that means that he can possibly start. If Vega is fit, yesterday he trained also isolated. Let's see if he can join the team or not. But if he's fit, I can tell you that they have really the intention to also play Vega. So they are really, really pushing to have Vega and Kalulu, which means that Kalulu could possibly or play on the right side as a right back with Vega and Gatti as center backs anyway. But the big question I have for Juve Atalanta, is it the right time to play Juve Atalanta? After 5 wins, after they're because it looks like they are not winning anymore. They are in a difficult period. They have let's see, I don't know. Is it the right moment? Is that the week to play Juve Atalanta?
I think, it absolutely is. I mean, you could play anybody anytime. I'm not afraid. I am not afraid of any team right now. And I think the Copa games, Champions League games showed that we are still vulnerable. But the Inter game also showed in the league the character that this team has developed through the persevering and the resilience from all of those belabored draws that we had. So I'm not Atalanta now, later, I'm not intimidated. I think that when you have 5 wins on the bounce, when you got guys coming back, starting to get like that you listed, guys getting healthy, give us a little bit more options. I think we're going in on a better foot than they are. Certainly, they've had some good games recently too. A couple 5-0 victories, I believe. But they've also been really inconsistent with some ugly 0-0 draws. I think against Venezia, against another team towards the bottom of the table. So I'll take our chances, especially when you consider the last time we played, which wasn't that long ago, mid-January, at their home, was a really ugly game that I think we're absolutely going to come into this one on a much better foot, which bodes well for us.
We have the momentum going for us. We come off those 5 wins. Atalanta's in a bit of a dip. So strategically speaking, I think this is the best moment for us. And if we win, which is not by any chance, certainly, but should we win against Atalanta, it will take our confidence up a notch as well. And I think that win against Atalanta should, maybe not mathematically, but I think that should cement us in that top four. So whether it's a good time or not, I think we can all agree that it's a must win. So we need to show our true colors now and get that win in. And then we can up that 1% level that we obtain right now
2%.
to maybe 2 or 3%. But we need to win, and it couldn't have come at a better time. It's always tough to play against Atalanta, but I'd rather play them now with their dip and our form than 2 or 3 months earlier in the season.
Who remembers the last time that we won actually at home against Atalanta? What year was it? What season was it? The chat can participate as well, of course, guys, out of memory.
I think it was
Serie A, of course, Serie A. I'm not speaking about Coppa Italia.
I was going to ask about Copa, but no, I don't recall.
2019, 2020, something like that. Not sure.
Andy's exaggerating. 2013, 100 before Christmas.
Yeah,
No, guys. Calma. But it looks like, because you see, that's the really reaction that I wanted to see from you, because it is. The last time that we won at home against Atalanta was on the 14th of March, 2018, with goals of Higuain at the 29 and Matuidi, can you imagine? At the 81st minute. So we are speaking really about long time ago that we didn't win against Atalanta in our home in Serie A. It's a difficult.
Well, now is the time, right?
Yeah, that's all that means. Is not just like you said before. No one's done it before, or we haven't done it in a while, Beppe. Well, now's the time. Let's do it. Let's put those to bed. Let's win.
People think that's heavy medieval ages. It is because it really looked really long time ago. Then there were some games that were really a lot of draws between the two. There were some crazy games with 3-3. There were some 1-1, 2-2. So a lot of time we drew against them. We even lost against them in our home. And that was, I believe, in 2019 or 20. Let me check. We lost against them in our home in 2021. That was the 27th of November. It was a goal of Duvan Zapata. So we must go for a win. But it will be a tough game. It's super important. How do you consider the game of Atalanta? What is the Atalanta game? Is it a Scudetto game for both of them? Is it a top 3 game? Is it a top 4 game? Is it the one that risks to not enter the top 4? What is a bit the definition of that game, Juve Atalanta?
It's a top 3. It is, and I think that's more also a milestone game. So getting top 3, that's also building on something for this Juventus squad. You can't get first without taking third, right? And so I see this as a competition for third spot. Let's isolate the game. Let's not talk Scudetto. Let's not talk top 4. You guys are competing for the third spot in Serie A. You're capable of doing. We played them at a pretty bad time in our season in mid-January and ended up that game with the higher expected goals. We could have won it with the at the very end. So go on, build on your momentum, like Frederic said, and cement that third spot.
I agree completely. And I also think that it's important, not only for us as fans, because we live and we breathe Juventus like every fan does, but for the players themselves to have that self-esteem, like, hey, we beat a pretty good side. I think if you can have that, because now we're always underplaying, but they played Empoli, they played Verona, they played this and that. It's logical that we win. But if we can now say, hey, we have our 6th straight win in a row in Serie A against on paper strong Atalanta side, then that creates a positive tension for the players as well. And we can, like Zach said, build upon that for the remainder of the season, and then anything's possible.
I will ask you a question to the 3 of you. Farhad, you cannot hide and not speak and just enjoy for free here. We don't even hear you when you're speaking. Look at that. He's always speaking on mute.
Yeah, sorry. I just want to let the boys get their time. I'm looking at the comments. Your listeners are fun.
They are fantastic.
Very funny.
Community.
And it's crazy. It's look at this chat. You're doing
But which
great
one?
things, Beppe. I'm really proud of you.
No, the chat is fantastic. So yeah, I have a question for the three of you.
Yes, sir.
If you could have chosen the opponent for this Sunday between Atalanta, and you answered it's a top 3 game, or immediately playing Lazio, which means that you can go or at +5 or you can go at -1, or replay Napoli. I will not tell you Inter because Inter we just played and it's part of the 5 wins in a row. You can replay Napoli. Of course, you don't know the result of Atalanta, Lazio, or Napoli. You just play them. Which game would in our state now at the moment? Which game would you play against? Atalanta, Lazio, or Napoli? I will end, by the way, the previous poll, and I will ask it also in a poll to the chat. So the previous poll: what phase are you in? Dream, 34%. Reality, 33%. Illusion, 32. So it was a fantastic
Wow.
poll.
Closer.
Bang even.
Closer.
Wow.
Whoa.
Well, are we playing at home?
Yeah.
Well, the Lazio game is going to be away. The Napoli game, the replay would be away, right? So, and then the Atalanta game is at home, right, Beppe? So that's kind of how we do it, right? Is the actual fixture list.
Yeah, choose the one that you would play. Which opponent? It's more to have an idea of which game would have the most impact now for you.
Lazio.
Atalanta. Atalanta. No, Lazio. I'll give you a second, Freddie, but
I know why he chose Lazio, and then I will
Yeah.
I will ask
No.
you to explain why.
it's because him and I are different on you look at a glass, is it half full or half empty? And we'll give you the opposite response. Freddie's looking behind him. I'm looking ahead of us. And I think the thing is I think both of us would agree that as much as that second half against Napoli, we'd love to get back. That is in the past, right? Shoulda, woulda, coulda. It's done. But our future, as we've said before, is decided. And if we're moving and we have dreams or illusions to move forward, you got to take the person in front of you. You got to overtake the person in front of you. The person in front of you is Atalanta. Let's go and get the job done.
I answered Lazio because I think if you could win against Lazio, that's one team less you have to worry about in your rearview mirror. And like I said, to me, it's all about this fourth position because I had a chance to talk with some amazing other Juventus fans online, and there were some people that are really dug into our financial situation with balance sheets and everything. And that night made clear to me how important this fourth place is for the survival of our club and something to rebuild on. And I'd rather have that like tomorrow already over and done with, and then look forward to maybe getting top 3 place or even the Scudetto. And also the fact Lazio now is a lot worse than they were a month or a month and a half ago. So I'd rather take them now, but I can see Zach's standpoint. I think it's whatever. I think we are in a phase now with those 5 straight wins that we just need to do our best, show that mentality, and anything can happen.
Farhad?
What was the question? I was reading the comment.
See what I have to deal with, Pepe? Do you see what I have to deal
We have
with?
to
the
do
most
this
difficult-
weekly with them. Weekly.
I'm just
Bi-weekly
joking.
even.
I'm just kidding. I'll take
I
Lazio,
I
of
should
course.
give you the
mean,
access.
I want
so
to.
that No, Farhad, I should give you the access so that you can pin the comments as well.
I would love to. I when it comes to the podcast, I let the boys take care of the heavy lifting, and me, I love the creative part. Like reading the comments, we don't get a lot of comments. I just love talking to people and making them feel happy. Yeah, I'm just reading the comments, but of course, Lazio. I never want to play Atalanta. Atalanta is like one team you never want to play. I watched, whenever they played Juve this year, and I watched their game against Real Madrid, which was just such a insane game. Atalanta always gives you such you can never rest against them. So tough team. I appreciate Zach's optimism, but I'll go with Freddie and just say, let's get it over with. Top 4 is the priority. You guys can dream about the 1.38% all you want, but at the end of the day, for those, I still kind of want Mota for one more season because I don't think it's fair to have him for one and done, even though after the Champions League exit, I was really upset. But top 4, regroup during summer, come back with Motte again, and let's see what second season gives us with him.
I would go with Lazio as well. You know what? Not that much for that top 4 now, but I am sure that if the guys don't think anymore about, or if they are comfortably in that top 4, they can really start dreaming and going towards the next step, the third, the second, who knows, maybe that 1.38%. But really, as long as we are stressing about that top 5, top 4, I think that the guys will have shaky legs. So if you can already take out Lazio, that would be a really beautiful one. Then we play Atalanta. Let's go and win. Who do we play? McKennie or Koopmeiners? That's the question this Sunday. Oh, McKennie, did you see the images of Weston McKennie? What did he do today? The guy is totally crazy. Wait, I will show you. I have the image here for the people that didn't watch it. Wait, attention.
While you look, I'm gonna say thank you to Claude. Turin Giants podcast is top stuff. Keep up the great work. Thank you, sir or ma'am.
There was also somebody who commented, Farhad, specifically on you, that we should do more live so that people can join in.
I would love that, and we're
So-
gonna start doing that. Wait, oh, by the way, since we're on the topic, please go to Turin. Please go to youtube.com/Turin Giants official and subscribe. We are trying to get to enough listeners or enough subscribers where we can do lives and have fun and have Beppe on. And so, yeah, support us on YouTube as well. /Turin Giants official. Oh, very nice. Look at that. Thank you.
I'm already subscribed here.
That's
Look
it,
at that.
Beppe, that's it.
My guy.
Pepe's the best, man.
I'm already subscribed.
Beppe, let us see your incognito searches.
I have nothing actually, to be honest. I don't even know. I need to change. I didn't even know how to change. No, I have honestly nothing on what is it? YouTube. I was about to say something else, guys. People are laughing in chat. This is joke.
Beppe is never having me on again. I'm misbehaving.
What was I saying?
McKennie.
No, yeah, indeed. Bravo.
Unleash the RoboCop.
Because
by the way, if you guys listen to our podcast, I love taking little clips of Beppe celebrating goals, and one of them is when you're screaming RoboCop.
It's long time ago. I didn't choose that one. It's a really long time ago. Even if against Verona, I could have. Look at that. Weston McKennie wants to be a starter. You know why? Because he's putting actually cold water in the early month of March on the head of Koopmeiners, which means that he wants him to have the flu, the fever, and not playing against Atalanta. It's not the best thing to do, I believe, with Koopmeiners. Is quite fragile in a healthy point of view. But who do you start? A tired McKennie or Koopmeiners against his ex-team?
Koopmeiners, unfortunately, hasn't done anything to warrant a starting spot on this team at this time. And so a tired McKennie is, despite the surge and the energy and the drive that Koopmeiners would bring against his former employer, I think you go with the best 11. You're in one competition, Serie A, you go with your best 11, and Koopmeiners has not played himself into the best 11 on this team at this time.
I have to say it's a shocker for me, but I agree with Zach. We're not on opposite side at this point. I agree with Zach.
Such a strange feeling.
Yeah, it's a little, it's an awkward feeling. But no, hasn't done anything to warrant that starting position. I think also for Koopmeiners' own sake, I think it's better to keep him on the bench, because I think with Koop, he suffers from the pressure a lot. And I think he just needs some time to get his head back on and maybe reassess himself. And I think dropping him in a game against a club which he's played for 4 seasons, if I'm not mistaken, that's a very, very, very big gamble. And at this point, we shouldn't be gambling. We should let our best players play, because we have only one competition to focus on. We have one objective, which is 4th place, or maybe more than that. So let's please stop the gambling and start with just getting those points in and letting our best players play.
It's a big, huge, big fight in the chat. Huh? Some says Cope, some West. So I don't know. At the end, it will be Thiago Motta that will choose. We will see what he will choose. But
I hope
can
we get
tell
to see Coop a little bit. Sorry to interrupt, because the way his former fans were treating him, I'm pretty sure he has chip on his shoulder where he wants to redeem himself, and they were throwing stuff at him, booing him every touch. So maybe that's an additional. But like the boy said, it's all about starting the toughest 11. But at some point of the game, I would love to see him and see if that's a little extra motivation for him.
He'll play. He'll play. He'll almost assuredly come off the bench. We don't have any other midfielders, right? So he'll play. It's just, should he start? And I don't think so.
So from what I know, if McKennie is fit, McKennie wins against Koopmeiners. Not for Beppe, for Thiago Motta at the moment right now. So that's a big one. Attention, because he's there. He's watching us. He's there in the chat. Attention. Pay attention. Let me say thank you to Pippin that became a member, extended his contract with the channel for 4 months. Should we have a poll for the most disappointing signing? I will not do a poll because I keep continuing putting polls and there is still one going on. But I want to ask, of course, to Fred, Zach, and Farhad, which was the most disappointing signing so far?
It's a tough one.
Coop. Nico Gonzalez gives up 200% when he's out on the field, and he's had a bad couple of 3 games actually. He has not been good. But his overall body of work has shown really good build-up play, really good link play, threatening presence, and the clinical touch that it hurts not to see. But I see what he's doing, and I appreciate the hard work he applies. Douglas Luiz is who doesn't have a history of injuries, has had just a horrible year of injuries. But when he's on the pitch, especially when playing in a more advanced position, I can see exactly what he could bring to this team. So I see the vision and the potential with a player like Douglas Luiz. Koopmeiners, who, by the way, has played over 200, if not 300 more minutes than McKennie. So I don't know about tired McKennie versus tired Coop. I see him on the pitch, and it's very hard for me to see exactly what niche he fits in our midfield and with our overarching tactics. And it's that uncertainty and it's that lack of consistent performance that really justify my answer as being him being the most disappointing so far.
Yeah, I completely agree. Once again, this is getting to be really weird, but I completely agree with Zach again. But also for another factor, we spent a lot of our summer, our transfer window, after Koopmeiners. It was a really tussle between us, Atalanta, Percassi, all the things involved, and to give up those important moments and let other players pass our radar or go under our radar and just go for Koopmeiners solely, and then having this outcome of the player on the pitch as we know him for now, alongside the 60 million investment we made, is to me very, very disappointing, because in that period I think we could have gone for other midfielders that could have brought value to Juventus or the midfield as well, and who didn't have such a high or a relatively high transfer fee. I mean, we could have bought technically 3 good midfielders with 20 million each. And if one of them flops, okay, one of them flops, but you have 2 backups. And this is childish, my comparison, but I'm just saying we put all our eggs in one basket and we thought, well, this is our main guy, he's not going to fail. And then he fails. So this puts you in this position, and it's not a comfortable one to be in, neither for us as a team or for him. And we need to get out of this loop, and I think the only way to get out of it is let him rest, let him gather himself a bit, and get him into shape for next season, as I said in the other podcasts.
It's funny because before the live, when we were in backstage, Zach and Fred, they told me, we never agree with each other. We never agree with each other. Since we started the live, guys, they always agree with each other every time. Do you agree with Pippin again that said, attenzione, Thuram and Yildiz must always start? Yes or no? Without explanation. Yes or no?
Absolutely.
Yes.
And I changed my mind about Thuram too. I was really hard.
Beppe.
Yeah, go.
Farhad is the biggest Thuram hater.
I never said that.
No,
Never said that.
Absolutely biggest Thuram hater that I know. It's unbelievable that the guy
Beppe, tell
must
me.
start,
Hold on.
on our team. Farhad clowns on him constantly.
Beppe tells me Thuram of last.
See, there you go. See, yeah. Thank you.
I'm ashamed.
Yes.
No, but tell me, Thuram of first 5 months at Juve versus Thuram of the last couple of months.
Yeah, but this is because you never listen to my videos.
I listen to your stuff.
I said
Why is it why are you guys ganging up on me? Zach is here complaining about me too.
2 years ago. 2 years ago, I said Thuram is the big thing. We need to go for
I
him.
hope I'm wrong.
He didn't arrive. He didn't arrive. We waited one more season. We went for the Pharaon. But I said to everyone, don't expect Pogba 2.0. He will need time. Because if you expect him immediately to perform, you will be extremely disappointed. Give him time and you will see that he will grow. He's not ready. I said to the people, of course, I was totally wrong, but I said Koopmeiners will have an immediate impact. And I think that we all agree that Koopmeiners should have had immediately that impact, and he didn't. But don't expect that from Thuram. What he's doing now, pay attention also, and that's also something that I want to say, is overperforming in terms of goals and assists, because usually that's not the type of player. He said it also himself, don't expect that from me. I'm not that kind of player. But you see, not only that he's growing, but also developing new things that he didn't have in the past. He's overperforming. So I kind of understand also Farhad when he's saying, look at what he was and what he's today.
My problem with him was
I warned everyone, give him time, and you will see what Thuram it will be.
exactly. Thuram was like a Pogba. Movements were very similar. But then Pogba could either finish it or give a great assist. First few months at Juve, Thuram was missing that final touch, and I always said that. So for the last couple of months, and especially last couple of games, he scored a couple of bangers. I'm sitting quietly. I'm waiting. Maybe finally he's growing as a player. I will not bash a Juve player just to be funny or just to troll them.
No, of course not.
So I'm really happy that now people want him to start, so he must be doing something right.
Yeah, and the guys at Turin Giants like Zach and Farhad know I've been a supporter of Thuram from day one. I could see the great potential there, as you could, Beppe, and I think he's developing right now. But the thing is, and this is what excites me the most with Thuram at this point, he can have a bad first half and he doesn't get emotionally unstable after that first half, where other players in our team, and that's also because we're a very young team, they get demotivated after a bad performance, while Thuram is the one that says, okay, I don't accept this for myself, I'm going to go out second half and I'm going to give it my all and play a much better game of football than I did in this half. And this is something that impresses me a lot, because it says a lot about a player. That says that he's mentally very ripe and that he has a good mentality in order to reach certain levels. So this is what excites me the most in terms of quality about Kefren.
I want also to give strength to our friend Nico and all the people from Australia, because apparently there is a cyclone Alfred that is going around there. So guys, strength. I have absolutely no idea what to do because I'm in Belgium and that doesn't even exist. But pay attention, be safe, and make sure to protect your Wi-Fi, because you need to pay attention that you can continue to listen to the live.
Save the Juve jerseys.
Save the Juve jerseys, indeed. Otherwise, they will fly and maybe they will come here at my home. Speaking about Juve jerseys, guys, I have a fantastic, beautiful one. Mamma mia. A new addition to the collection.
Let's go.
A new addition to the collection. Look at that.
Oh, nice.
Is that signed? Ooh.
I broke half of the house. It's okay. Look at that one. This is player version, so it's even better than authentic, so it's player version.
Oh wow.
And it's the one of Adzic, and you know why I love it? Because the guy, he brought it for me from Turin to Avellino, south of Italy, in his bag for me. He was waiting at the hotel. Then at the end, we didn't meet in the hotel. He was taking it with him in the game that he played with the next gen. We didn't meet. Even if I watch a game, we didn't meet. And then he had it, instead of putting it in his luggage, he had it with him in the airport. Maybe we could meet. And we met in the airport at the gates. So he gave it to me. He signed it. It's a really a beautiful one, because it's the one that he had on him in a game of Juve. Unfortunately, it's the one of Coppa Italia. No, it's nice. It's nice. Really nice.
That's nice.
Look at
That's
that.
awesome.
Yeah, it's a player that is bringing from Turin all the way here. It's fantastic. Also because he's a big fan of the channel. So
You have wonderful fans. Much
it's
respect.
It's my most valuable shirt since last week now.
Love it. What was last week?
That's when he got it.
Since I got it.
Oh, okay. Okay.
Do you have one of I forgot his name. The Belgian player that started last season, the defender.
The winter.
Yeah, Koeni. Do you have one of Koeni?
No.
Because
I don't
his
have
manager is a good friend of mine, and he has like a house full of Koeni the winter jerseys. Fabrizio is his
If
manager.
if he can bring one to me, I would be happy.
I will see what I can do. I will see what I can do, Beppe.
But he's not even a Juve player anymore. But I'm a big collector of shirts, so when we
You
can
guys
have
have a-
shirts. But you know why I like this one? Because this one really was personally for me. He brought it for me.
Yeah.
Very sweet.
That's nice.
Ragazzi, we have
Nice.
not that long time. There were so many topics that I wanted to go through, but I couldn't. So let's go fast towards Mercato. We heard a lot of names in the last few days. But I wanted to actually deep dive, but we have no time. So I will go really fast. Jonathan David or Osimhen. Choose your winner.
David.
David.
And explain you why.
I'll let Zach go first.
I think it's a mix. I think it's a mixture of price. You know, Osimhen, what do you got to do? 75 mil release clause versus Jonathan David on a free. I think Jonathan David is still improving. I think Osimhen, great player, but I think we've largely seen what he can do in terms of his potential. I think from a wage bill standpoint too, Jonathan David would fit in with our team. And from a sporting standpoint, like I said, still improving, good, well-rounded player. I would take him over Osimhen heavily. So,
Yeah. Osimhen reminds me of Vlahovic. I don't know why. Not that they look alike or anything, but the play style, like it's I don't know. Osimhen gives me Vlahovic vibes, and I don't want any more Vlahovic vibes. Please, I've had it, so I'd rather give it, to Jonathan David, who has a really bright future ahead of him. He has talent, he has potential, he's still developing, and given the right players surrounding him, he could grow out to be a really, really, really big player. As to Osimhen, I think reached his ceiling. He can still perform and score those 30 goals, but I don't know. I have higher hopes for Jonathan David, in all honesty.
Farhad, do you have a preference?
Somebody mentioned that, and I agree that Osimhen, or actually Andar said Osimhen knows Serie A, Giuntoli, so maybe there's a possibility for a reunion, as opposed to bringing in someone who we don't really know or doesn't know Italy.
The chef.
The chef, Giuntoli's
chef.
cooking. Yeah, that's right.
I would go for, look, I think that today Osimhen is like some people are saying here in the chat, I believe Aldo. I think much better than Jonathan David. He's a beast. I think he would fit so well at Juve.
Mhm.
The problem is that I don't want to give 75, 80 million euro to Napoli. I don't want that my main striker is leaving in the month of when is it there? In the month of January to go to the African Cup, because don't forget that's 1 month, if not 6 weeks. So I don't want to. it's a lot. It's a lot of if that because you reinforce Napoli because it's a huge salary. We are leaving away Vlahovic with 12 million, and you're taking a player from 10 million euro. I don't think it's also sustainable for the team if you are going really with lowering the salary, lowering for for all the team, and you're asking two people to reduce salary instead of increase salary, and then you come with one name that is Osimhen taking 10. Hey guys, then it messed up with your entire strategy. So I think I don't even believe in the voice that we are hearing. Then that Giuntoli is a huge big fan of Osimhen. Yes, that's true. That probably there were some talk, yes, but I don't think it will happen. So Jonathan David for free would be much more, I believe, making sense than the other. Hansko or Renato Vega. Before answering, I tell you that at the moment, at today, after asking, talking a bit, they continue to tell me that Chelsea at today, they don't want to let go Renato Vega. That's also why they loaned him at Juve, because all the other clubs, they wanted an option to buy or an obligation, and Chelsea didn't want. So they said Juve, yes. Why? Because it's a dry loan. It's a simple loan. Goes there, it comes back. They really believe in him. On the other side, it's true that they have 8 starting center backs. So some people needs to leave at a certain moment. And it's true that Vega is feeling extremely well at Juve. What I heard today, pay attention, listen really well to that one. What I heard today, maybe you will be happy. We know that Hansko has been there on the list as the priority since extremely long. In the winter, they tried really to go for him, even before going for Vega. But at today, at the same conditions of salary, but especially the value of the player, if Juventus could choose, from what I heard today, they would go for Renato Vega over Hansko. And I was extremely surprised to hear that, because I know how much they like Hansko. But at today, this is what I heard. If they have the possibility, they go for Renato Vega over him, even if Chelsea at the moment is closing.
Thank God.
Yeah, but at the moment it's a no from Chelsea. But
I know, but it's a clear sign that our management is thinking, because if you see the grinta, the mentality that Renato bring in, knowing very well that it's a dry loan also for him, because it's something that works both ways, but still showing that passion, still showing that emotion, that mentality to try to win. It's, for me, that's half of the work done. Also, the fact that Vega, if I'm not mistaken, is a lot younger than Hanko. So he has more room to progress. And I've seen Hanko play quite a few times with Feyenoord. And yeah, I'm not impressed. He's a very good player, but yeah, not more to develop right there. While with Vega, we can mold it a bit and make him better, stronger, faster. I don't know. Something like
you
that.
are saying
That's
sell
been
Kelly and get both. It's impossible. That will not happen.
No, Kelly just joined. He's not going anywhere in the short term. I have to disagree with Freddie.
But by the way, give me a rating. Give me a rating on Kelly so far on 10. What we saw, and not your biased opinion before. What we saw, objective rating.
Do we count?
6.5.
Do we
I
count?
was gonna say 6.5 too.
Do we count the first appearance of him when he was subbed in?
But yeah, because he played, but it was half time. He was not even prepared. He plays a left back while he's a center back. But yeah, we can, because he played.
7.5, maybe even 8, to be honest, which is very generous. But I still have the Hellas game in my mind. And I thought he was fantastic in that game. I also said it on the podcast. He did everything. He performed into perfection. He did everything, like positioning, technicality, marking.
We are speaking about Kelly, yeah?
Yeah, I know.
Okay.
I saw some people gonna say like you're crazy, but do me a favor, rewatch the game against Hellas. Just focus on Kelly, his positioning, and the way he handles the marking. And you'll get to see, you'll have another opinion about him, I think.
No, here on the channel I called him Kellini.
That's the best nickname I've ever heard, Kelly.
Instead of Lloyd Kelly, I call him Lord Kellini. Kellini is fantastic. People they know in the chat we call him Kellini. No. People because I didn't know the player. People they sold him like it was a 1 on 10. I was like, who's that player? Of course, when you are looking at the price that we paid for a player that they got for free 6 months ago that was not even playing, of course you're pissed off. Of course you say, what's wrong? It's not even playing. They bought him. They Bournemouth. They took Huijsen. You're pissed off about the player. So I was not even really excited to have him. But then I said, oh, the player that are arriving in Casella at the airport. From the moment that they touch there, the ground, I support them and let's give them a chance. And I have to say, of course, they were in the first game. Maybe I was a bit in trouble there, but I have to admit that since then he's doing. Even PSV was, according to me, the least worse in that game. Same against Empoli. So according in defense, I'm speaking. So according to me, he's doing the job. Then is he my dream starter? No, he's not my dream starter. But I need to say that for how people they told me he was, I was like, Mamma mia, here I'm seeing Boom Song 2.0. And that's not. Pippin, Grande. Pippin is sponsoring the channel today. Thank you. Otherwise, I don't know how I would give food to my son. So thank you, Pippin, for supporting the channel. Hans Kokas, Gently One, Tonali, and David. That's the next question. Tonali or Ederson? Let's go. Fight.
I'm having Atalanta player blues here. So so I'd say Tonali. I think there's a lot that has to go right for us to get Tonali, probably a player exchange, the Douglas Luiz rumors and stuff. So it might be a long shot, but I think he's a very balanced player. He can contribute in any one of the three positions within our midfield. Push comes to shove. And I think we don't have to worry probably about the Atalanta hangover that players or that we're just dealing with Coop and that we've seen with other players with Ederson, who we have to say has been playing fantastic for that side.
Yeah, of course, Tonali. I don't want to see any players of Atalanta, Fiorentina come at Juventus for a while now. I'm still getting over the fact that other players are here now. But I think Tonali is more complete. I think he's more diverse as well. He's not a one-trick pony. While Ederson, I think he's a very good player when he has his day. Then he's really phenomenal. But when he doesn't have his day, he's like, nah. So I think Tonali, because of his composure and the way he can professionally, even if he's not having his best day on the pitch ever, he can still regain a certain level of form, and he can have a certain aspect about him that makes him decide games. And I don't think Ederson has that. So I'd say Tonali, and also he's Italian. Let's get the Italians a bit back into a squad. Even players promising as Tonali should be in the Juventus squad.
Yeah. Farhad, you remember when you were saying that the chat was fantastic? They know everything from my private life. They know that when my son is around, usually he's bring me like chamomilla, some tea during my life. And here you have Bogdan. They say, "Oh, we see Felice in the chat. That means where is the chamomilla?" I don't know where is the chamomilla.
Speaking of young men with great potential, like your son Tonali, we saw him at Milan. The whole thing with the gambling and the issues. I feel like a player who's itching to get out there and prove himself. I don't think the road to Milan is open to him. So if we can snatch, like Freddie said, a great, and many people mentioned he's Italian. He's a great talent. Bring him in, mold him into the player that you want to play for you for a long time and be an important part of the national team as well. So I'm Tonali. I've been a fan of his since he was, more mature beyond his age, even at Milan, and he's kind of,
Brescia.
There you go. I would love to see him at Juve.
Douglas Luiz, Newcastle, plus a bit of money for Tonali. You do it?
Say it again.
Douglas Luiz to Newcastle, plus a bit of
Ooh.
money, of course.
Done.
You do it?
Done. If
give
you
up-
had more,
You all give up on Douglas Luiz?
No. No. And that's why when you say Douglas Luiz plus a little bit of money,
The tick is talking, yeah? The click is talking. The tick,
the
clock is ticking.
clock is ticking. Absolutely agreed. Absolutely agreed that the clock is ticking or the tick is clocking. With Douglas Luiz, he's had a horrible season of injuries, and then even in his first couple appearances, giving away those terrible penalties. The tick is clocking. Yes, but. Like I said earlier, that I think the quality he can bring our team, I've seen it in his last few appearances. His close control, his balance, his vision, certainly when he plays higher up in the pitch, would fit our team in the 10 slash McKennie
the
position.
deadline, Zach? What is the deadline that your personal deadline to show something to Dougie?
Deadline? Well, I think
Yeah.
I think it's ASAP. But but if you're going to apply it to bringing in Tonali and you say Douglas Luiz plus cash for Tonali, Douglas Luiz we brought in for a $60 million value just 1 year ago.
Nah, we took him with the two players, Baranecha and Ealing Jr. We lowered at 35. At the end, it was not even that expensive.
Well, but if you add in their value, it's upwards.
16. Wow, we are at 50. Okay, 50.
Yeah, we'll settle on 50. Point is you say 50, and then you say 50 plus cash for Tonali. That's not materially different from spending when you talk about 75 for Osimhen. I think we have to be very careful financially speaking that if we're going to be putting Douglas Luiz plus cash for Tonali, that we make the right decision, because then that value is gonna assess against our books for the next X years of Sandro Tonali's contract. So when I say I want to see Douglas Luiz after the international break when he comes back play ASAP, I mean it. But that doesn't mean I'm going to give up on him if we have to then pay $20 million plus Douglas Luiz for Tonali. I don't think that's a good investment.
I wouldn't do it either. I'd keep Douglas Luiz because of the potential, and I really want to know what's wrong with him this season, because it can't be just bad luck why all of our expensive transfers aren't working out. There has to be something that isn't working. Is it the preparation? Is it the training methods? Is it because he doesn't like Thiago Motta? Is it because it's too cold in Turin? I don't know what the issue is, but there has to be an issue. And until we can see what the issue is, and if we can remedy it, I think then we should make a decision. But not just based on the fact
I have a last duel on Mercato, and then I have two topics that I really want to go really fast before the quiz. We hear the names of Adeyemi, Lookman, Zegrova. They are all offensive players. Today, Conceição is not officially a Juve player. There is that clause that you can possibly go for, but it's not a decision that has been taken from what I know. Maybe the name of Yildiz could go out. Guys, why do you think that big names, because Lookman, Adeyemi, they are big names, Zegrova as well, are linked to Juve in offensive position where at the moment we have Bangula, Nico Gonzalez. Why are we linked with these players? That's my question.
because we won't have those players anymore.
Which one do you think that will leave?
I don't think we'll take Conceição. I don't feel.
And you agree with that?
I agree with that. He's been way too. Yeah, I don't know the word. I'm a loss for words now, but he hasn't been the player that we saw in the beginning of the season, and he gets on my nerves a lot. I'm gonna be honest. Like, there are a lot of moments where he can just pass the ball and give a chance to other players, and he keeps on hogging the ball or shooting from impossible angles, or also the fact that he's getting injured more and more lately. I don't know. It doesn't seem like there's something to build upon. So that's just my honest opinion. I mean,
Wholly disagree. Wholly disagree on the something to build on. Young player.
Attenzione. We have a fight here.
Yes.
Finally. I was waiting for that.
Well, yeah. There's absolutely, you have a young player. There's absolutely quality there. When you think of some of our biggest moments of the year, it was Chico who made magic happen out of nothing. The winning goal against Leipzig. Actually super recently, putting that ball home against Inter. When you're looking at some of the big names and Chico, you also have to account for the price tag. And if the gentleman's agreement that we hear about for Chico is what we hear it is, something 30, we'll say 30, 35 mil. Correct me if I'm materially off, versus what we'd have to pay for some of these other names that we're hearing like Ademi or Lookman. I would take Chico. When we talked about knowing the league and knowing the team and having the ability to grow, I think Chico fits checks all those boxes. I mean, we spent a lot of money for a Chiesa that had a lot of the same types of things that Chico's being knocked for: putting his head down, not passing when he should pass. Younger player we can mold into exactly what we want. Plus, he has very unique attributes that you just really can't train. His ball handling and his way to skirt out of really tough situations is, you can't train it. That's just something that some players have and other players don't. And that's a very unique characteristic, not only on our team, but in world football.
Yeah, and like we disagree, but I was thinking about more in terms of what Juventus do or what would they think, and I'd agree with them at that point. But like I said, I don't think that there's anybody in this team that is certain of a position next year. It depends on way too many factors, and I don't think there are decisions that have been made that are irreversible at this point. I think the management wants to see where we end up and who performs and who doesn't. And also injury-wise, I think they've had it with players that are injured almost non-stop. So I'd keep him for the money, but Ademi is another player made of glass, so that's not really upselling it. So I don't know.
Doesn't Chico have the highest goal contributions per 90 for our entire team? So there you go. Sorry, Pepe, go ahead.
No. It's a nice debate, but we have no time, so I wanted to go really fast because Zach and Farhad, you are from USA. I have two questions about USA. First of all, in 100 days, there is that Club World Cup. And for the people that are following the channel, guys, I'm the biggest fan of the World Cup for clubs. I'm supporting that concept since I am 7 years old. I have always dreamt to have a World Cup for clubs, and finally it's happening, and my club is there. Then on top of that, if it can bring us a bit of money that we lost in Champions League, I'm all in for it. But in USA, guys, are you starting to feel it a bit, or what is the opinion about that tournament? Are you excited, not excited? Are you waiting for Juve? What is happening? I really want to know.
Really excited, especially having an official fan club. We will travel and go to different stadiums. One of your viewers here mentioned that he lives in Philadelphia, and then he will be going. I know the buzz is huge. People are really excited because in America we don't really get to see competitive games. You know, there's games that are I don't even go anymore because they charge so much for so little. We barely get any entertainment at the during the friendly games in summer. So it's really nice to have a tournament that matters, especially with Juve participating. I'm super excited. And I know, talking to presidents of other fan clubs here in the United States, they're organizing trips. So get in touch. If you live in the US, get in touch with your local Juventus fan club or start your own. It's a really easy process. And then, in summertime, don't miss out, because you will feel like you're missing out, because there will be watch parties and going to the stadiums. See, people are super excited about visiting different cities to see Juve. Yeah, I'm super excited.
Right. It's not that horror. I believe for Juve there is only one game, but there are not that many games that are super late. So no, because they also have the experience with USA '94. And I was able to watch all the games in '94. I was a kid, and I was able to watch all of them. So they pay attention. I believe there is really one or game of Juve, and then I believe in the group stages where you have a bit more game, maybe it's like 5 or 6 games that are really late for Europe. But it's really, really okay. Honestly, it's really okay.
They have nothing to complain about because I talked to Juventini from Australia, and I always give them props because their starting times are when
Absolutely.
4 a.m. is just unimaginable. And I'm sure in Asia and Southeast Asia, there's difficult times, but people, you can record the game and watch it anywhere or any other way.
You see, for once, for in an Indonesia, it will be much better. Then, can you please explain me about a Serie A? These guys, they want to do this. They want to have, I don't know, in the future. They're not speaking especially about next season, but they want to be the first one in Europe to play a game, an official game of Serie A in Serie A, in USA. Sorry.
See, I'm not down with that. I'm keep
Thank
keep
you.
the leagues where they belong. If you want to have a tournament with everyone participating from all over the world, please. But this is just ridiculous, and now we're getting a halftime show during the World Cup.
That was my
It's,
next
I'm,
question.
I'm so against the Americanization of football. It's just if
I'm
you
gonna
if you want to sorry Zach, if you want to develop the game here in the US or any other place, let them catch up as opposed to changing it for different countries. I don't know, not a big fan.
I agree with I don't really like it, but I'll kind of have a counterpoint. Is part of me is sick and tired of going to work or hanging out with friends and everyone talks about the EPL, who've done a very good job of appealing to the American football fans. I think the one benefit of something like this would be to bring the Italian football, like when Ronaldo came to Juventus, back to the States and create that interest and create that fervor again. And so if that is the effect, as much as I don't really like the idea, I'll gladly take it.
I will only be happy if they play Mercato is Crazy at the halftime.
Hell
at the World
yeah.
Cup.
Oh, yeah.
Both versions should be enough for 15 minutes.
Absolutely.
Look, I was really happy, Farhad, when you said earlier that you are happy for USA fans that finally you can see a competitive tournament, competitive games in USA. I'm super, super for that because, of course, it's totally different when you have these summer friendlies where not even the entire team is playing, the entire team is not even formed because Mercato is open, etc. So it makes it's nice to see Juventus, but it's not a complete Juventus. So when you have that tournament like a Club World Cup, I'm super happy for our fans from USA, super. But then there is a huge big difference with you take out of location one game of Serie A and playing in another country that is far away, because it makes totally no sense. Also, because your strategy is wrong. If you're telling me Juventus, Serie A is really wanting to pump and to try to boost that audience in USA, which I could even possibly understand, but then they go totally wrong with next year where they're adding up games at 12:30 p.m. Italian time, which means that for you it's 6:30 a.m. For some people 3:30 a.m. It makes no sense because from next season they want to add another one on Saturday and they want to play the big teams, which would be great and fantastic for people in Australia or Indonesia. But you cannot go and eat in everyone's plate. You cannot go with I go for Indonesia, I go with Australia, I go with USA. You need to choose. But then changing the location for one game, according to me, would be totally sad, also because it clearly shows we cannot grow with ourselves, so we want to go somewhere else just for the money, because they are not doing it for the fan, they are doing it for money, and that would be so sad according to me.
And also, I feel sorry for if you
Go
want to
ahead, buddy.
market Serie A, invest in Serie A, in
I
new
agree.
stadiums, in a better
Infrastructure.
youth management, more accommodation for players, other playing schedules, playing times. These are the things that you need to worry about, because I think if an American fan, be it of Juventus, be it of Inter Milan, or some other team, wants to go to Italy and has a nice stadium with a nice atmosphere, with a nice team, because we lack nicer teams as opposed to 20 years ago. So if you invest in that, then everything will happen automatically. But if you force things to happen like we are planning to do so now, it will only backfire.
I want to say thank you to Chef with an X. America, don't touch football, stick to NFL. Thank you for the donation, my friend. I had
Can I-
that beautiful. I will come back to you, Farhad, in a second.
Thank you.
Just for people to that were asking for it. FIFA World Cup, Al Ain against Juve in Washington on the 18th of June at 9 p.m. local time. And it will already be the 19th of July. Indeed, it's 3 a.m., which is totally crazy for fans in Europe that are not used to it. But then you see Juventus is playing against Wydad AC in Philadelphia at 12 p.m. there, which is 6 p.m. here. And then you have Juventus Manchester City in Orlando, the 26th of June, 3 p.m. your time, 9 p.m. here in Europe, Italy, guys. It's absolutely okay. Farhad.
I want to say one last thing about the tournaments that come here, and I'm sure it's the same story when they go to different countries. I've been so against it because it's such a ripoff of taking people's hard-earned money and giving them nothing in return. For Rose Bowl in Los Angeles, I bought my dad tickets because he likes Real Madrid and he supports Juventus for me. He got into the stadium for halftime. It was really expensive. People take their whole families, and those tickets can be up to $1,000. So for that money, I believe fans get so little, and it's so unfair. I just wanted to say that if you've been screwed by the international tournament, I forget what the organization is called, I'm with you. I've been advocating for fans for forever because I do think it's a cash grab. They don't give enough in return. So going back to my old point, it's nice to have a competitive game here in the US.
What about this tweet that I made during the Super Bowl? I said, please never do this during a Champions League World Cup final. And of course, 1 week later, they are announcing that there will be a halftime show. I knew it. Of course, I knew it. I was 100% sure that it would come. Guys, your opinion, especially to Zach and Farhad that are living there, you have more the culture of it. If I start speaking about it, they will close my channel. So I prefer you to speak, but I'm totally.
No, I agree with you. I agree with you.
No, it doesn't feel right. Like even in with the Serie A games in America, I don't like it, but I can see why. I mean, to help fund the league, right? But money does talk in that regard. There's absolutely no value I see in a halftime show at the World Cup. I don't see who that benefits.
No, it's totally crazy. Look, also for people, because they did it in Copa America, and it takes 25 minutes to build up the stage, to have the performance of 10 minutes, break up the stage. But guys, we are speaking about the final. Imagine if it's Italy-Brazil, like it was in 94. That even if I was winning 2-0, I'm not comfortable. I would go totally stressed out. I would be totally crazy. You ask me to watch a show. I cannot enjoy that show. I would not enjoy that show. And also, if you're speaking about players, look, these 50 minutes will go to 30 minutes. Do they need to warm up again or not?
Yes,
Yep.
definitely.
We're talking about a World Cup final. We're talking about the ultimate game. If you want to have a concert, have it after the game somewhere else.
Before the game, I agree.
Or after, go crazy, drop ecstasy, and go dance all night. But leave the stadium.
Maybe not the drugs part there, Farhad.
Yeah.
We don't do that. We don't do that.
We don't condone that.
No. But anyways,
it's a recipe for ACL tears, because if you as a player play for 45 minutes, and football is a pretty much stop-start motion type of sport, and then you have a resting period of longer than 15 to 20 minutes, and you'll have to enter the pitch again and start with that start-stop motion once again. That's just a recipe for tears and muscle injuries. So I really can't see that happen or boding well for players.
And you know what? We're talking about NFL who can build a stage in 5 minutes. They have the personnel and they know how to do it. God knows what's going to happen when FIFA organizes a concert in 15 minutes. Like, how do you even do that logistically?
They want Tom York from Coldplay to play. No, I messed up. Coldplay is not Radiohead. Okay,
Uh,
they want Coldplay to play. That's apparently what they want, but
Smart.
apparently it's too expensive. Guys, it's over for today. But first, we have a quiz. We have a really nice quiz with a quiz host. Quiz host, do you want to go with the? Wait, no, that's not what we need to do. Let me check. This.
Beppe, do you have background music, like a quiz music?
No, I don't have. If
No,
I
I
knew,
don't
I
have
would have
music.
put it.
Give us that Mercado
earlier.
song again.
As if I'm not
Just play it on
stressed
loop.
enough already.
You'll
Wait,
be all right, buddy.
Let me
You'll be
check.
all
Let me
right.
check what do we have here.
But you guys can't look in the chat though, because people will give their answers.
No, I'll just get the private chat.
There you go. That's good.
That's not really a beautiful one. Wait. Ah. Wait. Maybe I have.
As long as it's very, very low, anything can work.
Wait. Let me check. What I have. In the meanwhile, Farhad, do you want to repeat the rules of
The rules, yes. If either Giuseppe or Freddy gets a answer correct, or a question correct, they get Alessandro Del Piero. Here, I'll show you again. Alessandro Del Piero, the bell goat. If you get it wrong, you get this. Okay, I'm not going to take up much of your time. So, pick your contestant.
Wait. I'm not ready.
Okay. So we're gonna go with Andar and Massimo, right? That's his name.
Yeah.
That was my.
Are they still there? As if they are still there.
Yeah, let's make sure they're still there because they are about to win an awesome Green Giants shirt.
I have a bit of
Wolvers.
background music. It's not the best one for a quiz, but it's
That's
okay.
good.
It's
That's
okay.
good. It's
Okay,
it's-
so how does it how does it work? We need to
How does it
raise
work?
a
I'll
hand
explain.
or say me or who
No.
answers?
in order to avoid, if you can lower the music just a little bit, is it possible?
Yeah, of course.
So in order to avoid confusion, you'll take turns. If one of the contestants doesn't know the answer or gets it wrong, it goes to the other contestant. That way we don't burn a lot of questions and we can go
For
until
example, it's
3.
my turn. I cannot answer. Then it's Frederick to play.
Or if you get it wrong, we go to the other contestant. Really quickly, we'll play till 3. One of you guys gets to number 3 quickest.
Wait,
Is everybody ready?
Massimo is here. Massimo is here. I don't
Massimo,
see
we'll
Andar.
be done before before then. I know Andar. I have him on
I
my.
saw Andar, yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
I saw.
Who
I have him
starts?
on my social. So, I don't know. You're the host. Who do you want to? You want the host to start or the guest?
The guest.
The guest.
Grazie
Okay.
mille.
Freddie. Everyone knows in 2003, Ballon d'Or went to the great Nedved, right? Yeah, let's get rid of the music.
Yeah, it's better. Wait.
Everyone knows, and Arsenal fans will remind you every year who got the number 2 position in Ballon d'Or in 2003. Tell me who got number 3, the third most votes in 2003 in Ballon d'Or.
Holy shit. I'm gonna go with Pires.
Incorrect. Giuseppe, do you know?
I would say Shevchenko, but I don't know. It's really wide guess.
0-0. Yep,
It's
somebody got it
difficult.
right. Andy,
Was
Paolo
Maldini?
Maldini. Yeah,
Yeah, yeah.
Paolo Maldini.
Can you see
0-0.
what Pires, what number he? It doesn't matter.
No, I have it. Everything closed. All right, we're going to Beppe. Kind of an easy one. So you got lucky with the order.
Wait. You take the points. You take the count, Zach.
Yes, it's 0-0 right now. So
No,
that's easy.
Is it 0-0 or 1-1? 1-0. Sorry.
No, nobody got it right.
Nobody got
Okay.
We
Great.
both
I like
lost.
that. Okay, let's go.
Sorry, there's a bit of a noise here in the background. All right, question number 2 goes to Beppe. Which coach in Juve history has the most Serie A titles? Bonus points but not really. Tell us how many Serie A he has.
Oof, you know that I'm hesitant now between Trapattoni and Allegri. I will go with Allegri, and he has. Fuck, I knew it.
Freddie, you get the turn.
Trapattoni?
I knew it.
I'm
You
smashing
set him up. You set him up.
Yes, you gave him the answer, brother. Come on. All right, 1-0.
Yes, 6, and the other one has 5. But
The guest is winning. Freddie has a chance to go 2-0 up. Freddie, how many matches did Juventus go unbeaten in the year 2011-2012? Or it's obviously stretched throughout 2 seasons. I'll give you how many games we went unbeaten. Bonus points. Who broke our streak?
58. Yeah.
so
Pepe,
the one
you
that
get a
broke
chance
our
to
streak,
steal.
the one that broke our streak was Inter 3-1 in our stadium. Unfortunately, the first season was indeed 38 games without, and I think that Inter was a bit further in the season, still in the first part because it was the first game, but now it's tough. Now it's really tough. I would go with.
That's why you're the GOAT. Come on. Show people what you're made of.
It could be the 10th or the 11th game. I will go with 48.
Ah, 49 games. Oh my goodness. Things
I'm
are heating
going to
up.
give him the bonus point for Inter.
Yeah, that was just for fun.
I can
but
even tell you
everybody
that it was Tramaccioni, the coach. I can even tell you the coach.
I even remember where I watched that game. But yeah, Zaki, what's the count?
Well, I
What's the
gave it
score?
to Beppe, so we're at 1-1.
All
No,
right.
you won the Trapattoni one. Huh?
Yeah. He got
1-0 for him.
No,
Oh,
you
all
got
right.
a bonus point.
All right,
you got
Beppe, I'll
bonus
take him.
points.
You got the bonus points. I'll give it to you, Beppe.
1-1. So this is a tough one. Which country did the first foreign player represent that played for Juventus? Just name me the country. You don't even have to name me the player.
It's Bepe's turn, right?
It's me,
Yep.
No, it's Freddie's turn.
Freddie. It's Freddie.
Okay. I'll repeat the question. I'm sorry.
Which country was the first foreigner to play for Juventus from?
Argentina. Yeah, we know.
Hungary.
Man, I'm disappointed in you guys.
It's really tough.
England.
I knew
England.
it was England. Andy, I will not count on you anymore. Bastardo, Andy. I knew it was England.
Oh, are you reading the comments?
Yeah,
This is
fucking hell.
terrible. No, don't read the comments. Oh my god! And
You
he's
had to-
blaming the guy for getting it wrong. Oh my god, that's hilarious. All right, going back to Beppe.
Go.
In the way this game goes, we're gonna have to go to 2. But anyways, 1-1. Bepe's turn. The date is May 14th, 2003, semifinal Juventus Real Madrid. The score is 3-1. Name me all 3 scorers for Juventus.
Oh, putain.
Semis of the Champions
I
League.
tell you that
This is a really
Somebody's
specific.
going-
This is a really specific quiz.
no.
I hope he
because-
fumbles this one.
No,
if you
because-
Google, if you Google Juve trivia, all the easy stuff comes out that he will get, and no problem. This is a little tough one, you know.
No, I will tell you, probably the 3 best player ever. Trezeguet, Del Piero, Nedved.
Go Beppe. Fantastic. All right,
that's an
2-1,
easy one.
taking
Guys,
the lead.
Semi-final, die.
All right, Freddie, you have a
Yes.
chance to make it 2-2, or the turn goes to Beppe. So, what do I have here? So obviously, everyone knows the GOAT, Del Piero, the jersey behind me. He's the top scorer for Juventus. Freddie, who's the second top scorer for Juve?
Dybala.
No, sir. Sorry. The
Boniperti.
question. The boss.
Ah, yes.
He showed us who owns the house. Beppe, good job.
Good job,
Under,
Beppe.
Luiz?
Fantastic.
Not
Fantastic.
yet. Not yet.
No, it's 3-1, right,
Ah.
Zach?
3-1.
You won.
It's
You
3-1.
won. Congrats.
Congratulations, Beppe. Well done.
Guys, it's done. I won.
Yes.
You're the winner. 3-1. Good
No,
job,
I'm not
buddy.
the winner. I'm not the winner. Under is the winner.
That's right. But you know what?
Congrats, Ander.
You know what? We're gonna send the shirt to Massimo as well. So 2 shirts. If you can show the people the shirt again, those who joined later, TurinGiants.com. If you message me on Instagram at TurinGiants, I'll release it to you earlier. So whoever wants the shirt now, please message me on Instagram at TurinGiants. Boom. But we have 2 winners. Yeah, is that Vega?
That was Renato Vega without the mustache. Really beautiful. And they can tell you in the chat what color they want of the shirt.
Absolutely.
Or not
I will send them the link. They can choose whatever they want. Yes, sir.
yet? I like that. Oh,
Pepe,
hey,
well done, sir.
Ander, it was for you that I played, my friend. I'm
Beautiful.
super happy.
Sorry,
Oh, there he
Massimo.
is. No, Massimo still gets the shirt. Don't worry about it.
Yeah, but he
Yeah,
still
yeah.
didn't win.
That's
Yeah,
okay.
Ma-
I'm not
Massimo
gonna
is a
let-
loser now. Massimo
not
is a
gonna let-
loser.
I will not let them be sad. Pepe, well done. You own the house. Nobody
There were
comes
some-
to your house
There
and
were
beats
really
you.
difficult question, I have to say. Really.
Good.
Ballon d'Or third, who cares? They're third. You know
Hey.
that only the first one counts. The other one, they are just reading history. It's the Arsenal babies that are crying about Harry. Otherwise, nobody would know that he was second.
Absolutely. No, you're right. I call it like an annual day of remembrance for Thierry Henry
Guys,
every year.
this is the longest episode of Juve Talk, Juventini of the world. I don't want to take it too long. So this one, I will extract the audio. I will give it to to Turin Giants. It's our gift because it's a beautiful one. I enjoyed my time. And you know it, if I enjoy my time, it's mainly thanks to the chat and then the guests that are there. You were fantastic guests. So thank you to Frederic, Zach, and Monsieur Farhad.
Always a pleasure, sir.
Thank you very much.
Thanks,
I had
Pepe.
an amazing time.
And the chat,
The
you guys
chat's
are
awesome.
You guys are
rock.
awesome.
You guys rock.
Chat's fantastic.
Thank you to Aldo. Thank you to Damiano, to Bogdan, to Ander, the winner, Massimo, the loser, Lucas, Acrepi. Thank you to Buran, Elod. Thank you to all the LJJ, Alessio, the one that made that intro music. Thank you to Anthony Minetola. Thank you to Benjamin. Thank you to Andy Golding that I was losing my contest because of him. Thank you to all the people, especially to the sponsor of the channel today, Pippin K, that decided to feed my son today. Thank you, Juventini of the world. You were the best one. Guys, remain here for a second. And I say goodbye and forza Juve. See you tomorrow. Ciao.
See you, boys.